pulls it down twice, and then to the end zone for the touchdown.
Why isn't someone in his ear?
Now, I might expect that from somebody who's new on the gig, but how long has Greg Gumbel been calling NFL games?
Right?
30 years?
Yeah.
30
Well, remember, he
years.
used to be a studio guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
he used to
but
be the
still.
studio guy. Maybe he needs to go back to the studio.
MVP of the league.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah, it's not some no-name offensive lineman.
It's just like a brain
Right.
fart,
And,
and
hello,
you just
his name is on the back of his jersey.
I know.
Like you're calling him Murray, and then you see the video that says Jackson on the nameplate. At some point, the light bulb has to go
I was
off.
losing my mind.
was he thinking of Latavius Murray?
No, Kyler.
Probably
Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just, at first I thought it was just I was hearing something. And then he just kept doing it over and over and over to the point where I couldn't even watch the game. It was tilting me.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable that Greg Gumbel would do that. Because it's one thing to botch, he mentioned Andrews caught the ball, right? It'd be one thing to botch the tight end because you're trying to describe the action quickly and they have multiple tight ends and it could have been a different tight end. The quarterback doesn't change, and he's the MVP of the league, and he's the number one storyline probably every week as you prepare for the game.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. But again, I don't understand why there isn't someone in his ear going, "You're calling him Murray. It's not Murray. It's
they
Jackson."
probably are. He could be like early onset dementia.
Man.
or
Don't we
something.
always see shots of the production truck where there's an army of people that are monitoring the game, every camera angle, every shot, every little detail.
Even the analyst. I don't know who the analyst was for that game, but
Yeah, you'd think his partner.
Yeah, the partner would just kind of give him a nudge and be like, "Hey."
Looks like it's Rich Gannon and Jay Feely, at least this week. Greg Gumbel's with Rich Gannon and Jay Feely.
Yeah, Rich was his partner last game.
Yeah,
It's just tilting.
it's interesting.
Well, maybe they just decide that once you botch it, you're a play-by-play announcer, and once the plays happened, you're not going to go back. Just get it right on the next one.
Yeah, but he kept making a mistake.
Understood.
He did it 3 times.
No, I blame the producer.
Just like we always blame our producers.
Right.
Always
Yes.
blame the producer.
All right, coming up next, we do it every Friday at 6:45. We're going to give you our biggest lock on the board with Friday morning fatties. Keep it here. We're the Junkies on the Fan.
Everyone's so busy keeping up. Forget about the Joneses. We all on our telephones with the texts and the tweets and the beats. What he said, she said, can't even follow the thread. Down the hole, we all go. Me, I like keeping up too, with my Corona and my attitude. That's La Vida Mas Fina.
Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
When Mother Nature gives you the worst, Kaiser Construction gives you our best. Call Kaiser Construction, your home upgrade and disaster restoration experts. Water, fire, wind, it doesn't matter. Any damage, Kaiser Construction does it all. Plus, Kaiser Construction is a preferred contractor and a local company that'll deal with your insurance adjusters so you don't have to. Kaiser Construction, we are wicked good at what we do. Online at KaiserRenovations.com. That's KaiserRenovations.com.
Welcome back. Junkies on 106.7 The Fan. We are live on NBC Sports Washington on a football Friday. JP Finley, insider for the Washington football team, will join us coming up at 7:20. We'll get the latest. They, of course, take on the New York Giants on Sunday. Giants are 0-5. Washington football team 1-4. Both, of course, still in the mix in the NFC East. As bad as they are. So we'll get into that coming up at 7:20. But time now to give you our fatties. Can we get an update on the record before we get going?
We have 15, 13, and 2. All right, got
Slight winning record.
A couple pushes in there. Yeah, we'll take it. I am 2-3. Got that win last week in the Chargers Saints over. JP is 3-2. Cakes is 3-1-1. Got his first loss last week in that Carolina Atlanta over. Bickle hit that tease with Arizona in the under, so he's 3-2. Valdez is 2-3. He had Cincy plus the number last week, loser. And Drabby took the Colts, loser. He is 2-2-1.
Producers do a lot of smack talking.
Tough week for them.
Well, long way to go. All right, let me lead off. And this play is just a play that I'm reacting to the number because I think Vegas is begging you to take one team, and I'm not going to fall for the banana and the tailpipe cakes.
Right. You're too savvy for that.
They don't know what's going to happen.
Well, they set the number here for a reason. San Francisco has looked awful in the last 2 weeks, losing to Philly, and they looked just dreadful against Miami. Just got blown out by Fitzmagic last week. So they play the Rams, who completely dominated Washington, and they're 4-1. All right, so you got a 2-3 team who's looked awful the last 2 weeks, playing a 4-1 team who looked great last week and dominating Washington, and they set the number at 3.5. I think Vegas is tempting you to take the Rams and lay the 3.5, but there's something fishy about this line. The Rams ranked 28th in the DVOA. Rush defense stat, if you get into the metrics there. Mm-hmm. Now, remember, they don't give up a lot of yards on the ground, but the last 2 weeks they played two awful offenses in the Giants and Washington, so you can't put too much stock in those numbers. When they played Dallas, Philly, and the Bills, they gave up some numbers on the ground. And San Francisco gets Mostert back last week. He was good. They get McKinnon back. Even though Garoppolo was terrible, and I don't even know who's going to play quarterback. Garoppolo might not even play. He was terrible last week. I'll take Mullins or Beathard. I just think that they can control the clock and be successful. I'm going to take San Francisco plus the 3.5. Ooh. And on paper, it doesn't look very good. It doesn't make sense, but the line doesn't make sense either. So.
I love how, Jason, this is true gambler talk when they talk about the Vegas setting the line, trying to trick you.
Watching the lines.
Now, I don't know.
Why isn't the Rams, why aren't they giving 7 in this game?
I don't know. They're just trying to set the line so they get even action on both sides. Now, are you suggesting that there are some people that are playing the line weird and moving it?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But he's also suggesting that the Rams aren't that good.
I haven't seen the number move. I think it stayed around 3.5 for most of the week. I haven't seen it move, but I don't know. I'm just.
I think it makes sense. Like you said, you don't believe that the Rams are as good as their record, that they beat up on the Giants and the Washington football team, so it makes sense. I kind of have a play that way too. So I have been going with favorites every week, according to Valdez. I wasn't aware of it. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue that tradition. And the team that my eyes tell me are better than their record, it's the Vikings. The Vikings are 1-4 right now. But if you look at 3 of the losses are against undefeated teams. They lost to the Titans by just a point. They lost to the Packers in week 1, arguably the best team in football this year. And they just lost by a point to the Seattle Seahawks. They're laying, I see it at 3.5. Okay. Do you have the number against the Falcons?
I've got 4, but if you see 3.5, we'll take that.
Well, I'll go with the 4. I'll go with the 4 because I just use the I'm not actually going to a handicapping site. I just use the ESPN line, which I guess might actually be connected.
They're connected. We'll give you 3.5.
Okay, and then I'll take it. But the Falcons are a terrible team. They fired their coach. If you look at their defensive numbers, I mean, they're at the bottom or near the bottom in every category. The Vikings, like I said, have had a really tough schedule. I don't think Kirk has played as bad as what they've been saying. We've seen them put up some points on the board. I'll lay the number and take the favorite once again. We'll make that 6 weeks in a row, but I'm 3-2, so hopefully get to 4-2.
All right, Cakesy?
I am on brand again. I am never going to pick an under. I'm never picking a side. All I do is pick overs. Right. And this week's over is in the Lions-Jags tilt. Your number is 54.5, which is a healthy number. But these two teams are both allergic to playing defense. The Lions almost allow 32 points per game. The Jags are basically in that same neighborhood at 29.4 points per game. If you're a quarterback with a pulse and you show up against Jacksonville, do you know how many passes you complete percentage-wise? 75%. 75%. That is a crazy number. 122 of 161 passing attempts have been completed against that Jags defense this year. Matt Stafford should have a field day with Kenny Golladay. On the flip side, Detroit cannot get after the quarterback. Gardner Minshew is going to have all day to pass. Now, he may be down DJ Chark this week, but Laviska Shenault has been gaining playing time as a rookie. He's a nice weapon there for Jay Gruden. Hey, man, I like you, man. I'm going to play you a lot down here in Jacksonville. You're going to get the ball a ton. I I just think it's going to be a points bonanza. I see the Lions winning on the road 34-24, but I don't care about the result. All I care about are points, and there are going to be a lot of them in this game.
All right, so over 54.5. All right, Bickle,
Yes.
the teaser king, what's up?
Yeah, I don't know. My instinct is to take Washington, right? So I'm definitely going to put Washington in there, right? Plus 8.5. That's 100%. Now, both teams are having difficulty scoring, but I think there will be a little bit of a breakout. So I'm tempted to drop the total and go over, but I'm also eyeing, just so you know, I'm eyeing that Ravens line. And I know that Valdez has lost some steam on his boys, but I still think they can handle the Eagles.
This is Matt Valdez.
So I don't know if I want to taint it with that Ravens call.
I think it's a good play.
You like it?
Yeah. So the
All
Ravens,
right.
you drop them to 1.5, just
1.5,
basically have to beat
yeah,
Philly.
yeah,
I kind of like it.
Yeah. So I'll take
I'm not trying to convince you.
No, you put me over because I'm a little bit nervous on the total. I do think Washington will score, but maybe the Giants won't. I mean, who knows? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, let's just take that. Let's just take the Ravens. Let's hope they, they assert some dominance again.
All right, so Teaser King has Washington plus 8.5, Baltimore minus 1.5. All right, Valdez.
All right, I need a win.
Yes, you do.
I need a win badly. And I have been eyeing this game since Monday. This has been on my radar.
A quick question. Would you rather have a win or a Stuckey endorsement? Because the Stuckey endorsement really seemed to
both,
add a little wind to your sails last week.
Both would be nice. Maybe Stuckey can endorse someone else because I need a win.
It's not really working out for you, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I can't go to 2-4. But the game that I've been eyeing is kind of a reaction to last week. I like the Colts laying 7.5 against the Bengals. You saw what Joe Burrow, what he did against a number 1 ranked defense. The Ravens had seven sacks against Burrow. So I like the Colts. I like them. They're the number 2 ranked defense. I think Justin Houston's going to feast. I think DeForest Buckner's going to feast. Their defense has 9 interceptions so far this year. So I love to see what the Colts defense does against the Bengals. And plus, it's a put up or shut up game for Phillip Rivers. So I feel like he'll rise to the challenge against that Bengals defense. So I'm going to take the Colts laying 7.5.
There you go.
I haven't even looked at Burrow's stats. So I'm looking at him right now.
They're not eye popping. He's had a couple 300
but they're not
yard
terrible.
Games. No.
Yeah, I mean he's completing 65% of his passes. He's got 6 touchdowns to 3 picks.
He's down at the bottom.
If you look
at the bottom of like QBR.
If you look at that game against the Ravens, and he could not diagnose a blitz. The line stinks. So I figure the blueprint's out there where all you got to do is blitz them, or you need a strong front 4, and I think the Colts have that.
He's 30th in QBR EB right now with a 43.7. We were grilling Haskins, who's 32nd with a 32.4, but Burrow in the QBR is way down there. He doesn't have a ton of touchdown passes. He's got 6 to his 3 interceptions. So the way I see it is he just hasn't done that much. He's had a couple 300-yard games.
Yeah, he was really good in the Cleveland game that we watched,
and then he was really good against Jacksonville.
Right.
Yeah, and he was good against Philly actually too. But
that's not
Baltimore is a really good defense.
Yeah, but that's not the Colts and that's not the Ravens. So,
but you know what? He's also been sacked 22 times.
Yeah, the Bengals O-line is trash.
He's been under assault. So, all right, there you go. And Drabby's out today, but we'll get his play, and you can post.
All right, to your recap, we've got Bish taking the Niners, catching 3.5 points. I've got the Vikings laying 3.5 points against the Atlanta Falcons. Cake's going with the over in the Detroit-Jacksonville game, 54.5. EB's got a 2-game teaser. He likes the Washington football team catching 8.5 and the Ravens laying just a 1.5. And Valdez going with the Colts laying 7.5 against the Bengals. Mm-hmm. So we'll put that up on our Twitter @JunksRadio and on our Facebook page, facebook.com/thejunks. All right, coming up next, we switch gears. We'll talk some entertainment and movies with Kevin McCarthy from Fox 5 here on The Fan.
I can feel it. Winter is coming, but there's still time to get your exterior home improvements done. It's time to call Lindus Construction. Hey, it's Corey Heppola. Lindus Construction, they are the experts in improving the exterior of your home. We're talking leaf guard gutters, GAF asphalt roofs, Infinity and Season Guard windows, LP siding, you name it. They are the pros. And right now's a perfect time. They are offering 50% off installation labor on those leaf guard gutters, GAF asphalt shingles, Infinity by Marvin, and Season Guard windows. Go to lindusconstruction.com to schedule a free estimate today.